Bloody Mary, the Queen, forged by loss. Mary Tudor was born a princess, but she grew up as an exile in her own kingdom. She was the daughter of Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon, once cherished, once secure. As a child, she knew ceremony, music, and devotion. But her world collapsed when her father cast her mother aside. Mary was declared illegitimate, stripped of her title, and forced to deny the faith she had been taught to love. From that moment on, her life became a lesson in humiliation disguised as obedience. Mary learned early that survival required endurance. She watched her mother die alone, disgraced and broken. She learned that mercy was fragile and power was the only lasting shield. Faith became her refuge, not gentle faith, but rigid, unyielding conviction. It was the one thing that could not be taken from her. When her brother Edward VI ruled, Mary lived under constant threat. Her Catholicism made her dangerous. Her blood made her inevitable. She waited, patient and wounded, as the kingdom moved against her. And when Edward died and the crown was briefly placed upon Lady Jane Grey, Mary did not hesitate. She gathered her supporters. She claimed what she believed was stolen from her, and England bent. Mary entered London not as a conqueror, but as a survivor returned from exile. The crown upon her head was heavy with memory. She was the first woman to rule England in her own right, and she would rule as someone who had learned what powerlessness costs. Once queen, Mary sought restoration, not only of her throne, but of her faith, her mother's honor, and a world she believed had been violently torn apart. Protestantism to her was not merely heresy, it was betrayal, rebellion, and the echo of her own suffering. The fires began to burn. Under Mary's reign, hundreds of Protestants were executed. The flames that consumed their bodies also forged her name. Bloody Mary, history would call her, reducing a wounded woman to a single brutal word. Yet Mary did not see cruelty. She saw necessity. To save souls, she believed, the body could be sacrificed. Mercy, in her eyes, was dangerous weakness. But the crown did not bring peace. Her marriage to Philip of Spain was cold and distant. Her longed-for child never came. Each false pregnancy deepened her isolation. The court whispered, the people watched. The queen who had survived everything could not escape loneliness. When Mary died in 1558, England moved on swiftly. Her half-sister Elizabeth ascended the throne and rewrote the story. History, written by the victors, remembered Mary as fire and blood, but rarely as the girl who had lost everything before she ever gained power. Mary Tudor was not born cruel. She was shaped by loss, fear, and unwavering belief. And in trying to heal a broken kingdom, she broke it further. She ruled with fire because fire was what the world had taught her.